The Belting Inheritance by Julian Symons. I really picked this book because it stood out to me. Just how the mystery takes place in kind of a big house that's kind of away from the city kind of intrigued me. A hook. A man claiming to be her eldest son returns to the Belting Manor, but does he truly belong? Symons 63. This quote is just really dramatic and sets up the book. It kind of explains what's going on throughout the book, too. And it really shows the tone of the book. It's kind of a mysterious tone throughout the entire book. Setting and plot. The story takes place at the Belting Manor, an old and impressive estate. Lady Wainwright lives there with her family. Two of her sons, Hugh and David, were believed to die during the war. A letter later arrives from a man who claims he is David. His return brings fear and hope and also confusion. Kristen Barrington, her young great-nephew, tells the story. So I think the Belting Manor, the house itself, feels really gloomy and tense throughout the whole story. The war background adds kind of a lot of emotional weight, and it kind of syncs the story together and adds more drama. Main characters, Christopher Barrington, he's our narrator, and tries to understand what's happening. So he's not really a part of the family. He's there and he's explaining the story, so he really helps give insider detail of what's happening and helps move the story along. Lady Wainwright is a strong and emotional head of the family. She's kind of strict. I would say everyone's a little bit scared of her. She's like the scary old lady, I would say, almost. Miles Wainwright is one of the surviving sons and is clever and suspicious. He's one that comes back from the World War, and you can't really tell throughout the book if you trust him or not. He's kind of a mysterious guy. Stephen Wainwright is the other son and is more serious and tense. Clarice is Stephen's wife and watches the conflict closely. The man who claims to be David brings the main mystery. The Thorn is a loyal servant who becomes part of the investigation as well. The rising action. The man claiming to be David arrives at the Belting Manor. Lady Wainwright immediately believes he is her son. Miles and Stephen strongly doubt him and fear losing their inheritance. Christopher becomes curious and starts looking into the man's story. Old memories, letters, and family tensions come forward. The atmosphere in the house grows uncomfortable. So strange details start showing up all throughout the story, including the rising action. This is really when you start to piece together the puzzle a little bit, and you see why everyone is so tense and lies and keeps secrets from each other. And trust is a really big issue here throughout the whole book. It's something that consistently brings problems and is ultimately probably the main issue. More mystery throughout the house. A murder occurs in the estate and deepens the mystery. So the murder obviously is a major conflict, I would say. And it raises the stakes for everyone and makes everyone more scared and confused. Christopher tries to learn the truth about the supposed David. People from David's past share information that raises more questions. The family becomes divided about who they can trust. Each new clue brings another possible answer. Truth is really hard to find in this book. I think everyone's kind of telling different stories with little pieces of truth, but not the whole truth. So it makes it kind of hard to know who to trust and really what's happening. Themes. The story explores the idea of identity and how it shapes a family. It shows the power of grief and how it affects Lady Wainwright. The book looks at grief and how inheritance can create conflict. It also shows how past can return in unexpected ways. The mystery builds slowly but keeps the reader guessing. But this book I would say it's pretty slow. It moves along slow, but the themes develop probably faster than the mystery itself does. As you can see, the themes come to play really early throughout the book. Personal connection. The book reminded me of a classic mystery movie with large estates and suspicious guests. It kind of reminded me of Knives Out a little bit, kind of that house. The tension between the family members felt realistic. Christopher's point of view felt relatable because he's trying to figure out who's honest. The mystery made me think about how people hide their true intentions, and it also reminded me of how crime shows where small clues reveal big truths. Oh, whoops. Sorry, let me go back. I really like this book. I'm big into mysteries, but it really follows movies and shows how there's little clues that lead to like big truths and academic response. The writing is clear but still rich in detail. The author uses strong descriptions that bring Belting Manor to life. The book includes foreshadowing that builds tension. The mystery grows at a steady pace and keeps interest. The reading level feels moderate but not too difficult. The story structure encouraged readers to look closely at every clue. The one thing I didn't like about this book is how slow it began. It started really slow and just kind of wasn't getting anywhere, but the more you read, the more you got connected to the book and the more you liked the book. The deeper you get into it, it really just shows how deep the book is because, as I said at the bottom, I mean, every clue, like there's little things throughout the book that happen that really lead to the murder mystery, so it's really a good mystery. Final thoughts and recommendations. Readers who enjoy mysteries and family secrets will like this book. It's a good choice for people who enjoy slow building suspense. The characters are interesting because each one has a reason to act the way they do. I thought the story stayed engaging from the beginning to the end. The final reveal is surprising and well built. I'd recommend this book to anyone who enjoys a classic mystery story. I really like this book, and I would definitely recommend it to anyone who enjoys mysteries and things on that topic. Thanks for listening.